Hi Gemini, this is LostTwinTarot. My name is Colette. If you've never viewed me before, Gemini, this is your weekly reading for May the 20th through the 26th. This is for placement sun, moon, and rising. Just take the pieces that resonate and leave the rest. We will be officially going into Gemini season for that week. And I believe that we'll also have a full moon that week. And I think Gemini will be going into Jupiter as well, right? It's Jupiter. Pretty sure. We'll be headed into Jupiter that week. Don't quote me. I know something good is supposed to happen that week. I feel like I've been tracking it and I'm like, I know it's supposed to be something good is supposed to happen around that month, right? But I feel like when I was meditating on your cards, Gemini, I feel like a lot of you have been feeling like you've been feeling hopeless. I feel like a lot of Gemini readings are like that. Not even just mine. I feel like I try to keep mine positive though, but I feel like a lot of times Gemini readings are like that. They seem like they are. I feel like you've just been hopeless or feeling like you are just never going to come out of the dark. I feel like some of you might feel like everything that you do or everything that you say, you feel like you're on the right track, and then you get the results and you're just like, oh my God, it's screwed up again. And you just feel like everything you do is wrong. I feel like a lot of you feel like you're on an up and down roller coaster in business, in love, in like every aspect of your life. You feel like you just can't get it, myself included. I feel like you just feel like you can't get it. And I feel like a lot of you just are like, when is this ever going to end? And I wish I could give you a specific date, but I I don't think nobody ever we never know. But the only thing I can say is that when I was meditating on your cards, I feel like this beginning of this Gemini season, and we're halfway through the year. This is kind of when our season sort of I feel like our season is kind of like the shift of the year for everybody. And I think that victory is coming. The Six of Wands was coming out quite a bit. And the it's like the depending on where you live, the weather changes. A lot of times it gets warmer depending where I am. It starts to change to spring to summer. And a lot of it starts to open up some different opportunities. But I feel like Spirit's saying just hang in there a little bit longer, and we're just like, oh my God, I can't hang in any longer. But I feel like we've been through this so many times before. We're just like, oh, okay, I'll hang in a little bit longer. But we're no strangers to these up and down cycles. We're no strangers to this up and down. I feel like Geminis are used to this roller coaster type feeling. And I think that's what we want. We just want this type of stability. This predictability. You do have the Four of Wands on the bottom. Maybe some of you could be possibly going to some sort of a celebration, a wedding, maybe. Four of Wands can sometimes represent that. You have the Chariot on the bottom. So you have the Nine of Swords, the Star, the Nine of Wands, the King of Cups, the Chariot, and the Seven of Cups. With the Nine of Swords, you have the Justice card. The Star card, you have the Two of Cups. With the Nine of Wands, you have the High Priestess. With the King of Cups, you have the Three of Pentacles. With the Chariot, you have the Six of Pentacles. With the Seven of Cups, you have the Nine of Wands. And I'm going to pull three of these Lenormand cards. I'm gonna take, so you have number one, rider, energy, passion, speed, activity, news, messages. I think you had that last week as well. I'm pretty sure. Number one. You have number 25, ring, promise, commitment, partnership, deal, contract, cycle. And any of these numbers can be significant for you. I'm going to take them both because they want to seem like they're both calling. You have number 13, child, young, innocent, youth, playful, beginner, playfulness. And you have number 35, anchor, work, profession, settling down, durability, stability, long lasting. Didn't I give some of these to you? I feel like you got anchor and I feel like you got rider. I can't quite remember what you got, but I feel like you definitely possibly got anchor last week. And I feel like you got rider. I'm not sure. Sorry, Gemini, I have to adjust myself because after I'm like I can't sit like a normal person for too long. I have to end up sitting on my feet. Okay, so let's get into this. So you have the Nine of Swords and the Justice card. And I feel like some of you could be possibly waiting for some sort of message or waiting for some sort of takeoff or just waiting for things to get back into balance. I feel like some of you have been definitely losing sleep over this. I know I have been losing some sleep lately. With whatever this is, it's going to be different for all of you. The Nine of Swords is all about not just anxiety and a nightmare that's just happening over and over again. And I feel like you're just out of balance. You're waiting for something to shift. You're waiting for this energy to change and but it's just the same old. It keeps repeating over and over again. And you're like, when is this ever going to change? And like I said, things are just up and down. The scales just aren't evening out. They're just not balancing. And when I just got done Aquarius's reading and I pick up all the cards and cleanse and everything. And when I was picking up all the cards, this was the first card to fly out. And I was like, oh, as soon as I got started to do the Gemini reading, and it was the first one. But you have that rider card: energy, passion, speed, activity, news, messages. So I feel like that's exactly what you're waiting on. You're waiting for some sort of movement or energy or something like that to come in for you. And I think it is. I feel like nothing ever stays the same forever. We're just so used to that up and down energy. I think something is going to shift in our favor. Our problem is that we just need to hold on to it and keep it there. And I mean, I guess it's different for all of us. Why does the good kind of leave our way? It's really different for all of us, right? Next, you have the Star card and the Two of Cups. So the Star card is all about that wish fulfillment. It's about keeping the faith as well. This Two of Cups, it doesn't have to be about a person. You do have the number 25, promise, commitment, partnership, deal, contract, cycle. So if this is a love relationship, maybe you are waiting for someone to come into your life. So maybe this is the week where you're starting to see signs of that. It doesn't have to be. Or this is the week where you meet maybe you're waiting for a friend or a support system or just someone to really help you that you've been waiting on. You've been waiting to meet someone to just a friendship or some sort of partnership. This does say partnership or a contract, so it definitely could be something like that. As well, it can also be your higher self. It also says cycle as well, so you can definitely be breaking this cycle. Next, you have the High Priestess and the Nine of Wands. The Nine of Wands is that wounded warrior energy, which is definitely the energy of what we've been talking about. It's that same wounded warrior, that painful feeling. Just keep going, and but you keep going on, and but it keeps happening. And you're just like, well, I can't just. The world is not going to stop turning, so I'm just going to keep going. But with the High Priestess, this is deep in your subconscious, and I feel like you are trying to figure out what it is that missing what it is that you're not seeing. You're trying to find synchronicities, or you're trying to meditate. I feel like you're not just rolling over and not paying attention, Gemini. I feel like you are looking at things at all angles. That's what you do. You are always looking and paying attention to everything, and you always never miss. You always look at everything and view different things and never miss anything. So when you can't figure something out, it makes you frustrated because you're like, what am I missing? What am I not doing? So that's when it kind of makes us more frustrated or a little bit unhappy. Next, you have the King of Cups and the Three of Pentacles. The King of Cups is all about, you could be dealing with a water sign, a Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio. You could have some of that in your chart. But this is all about collaboration with that Three of Pentacles. So if some of you are dealing with a water sign, you could be getting some praise or appreciation. You could be working with this person. Maybe if you are meeting this person, maybe you're meeting them through a friend, or maybe you're meeting them through a work type of event. With that Four of Wands on the bottom of the deck, maybe you are going to some sort of wedding or some sort of event like that, and you end up meeting this water sign. Take it how it resonates, but I feel like you're getting praise and you're getting support, or you're getting some sort of recognition this from this King of Cups. The King of Cups is someone I feel like Gemini definitely needs, and I feel like it's somebody that would be good for them if you are looking for love, because they're very supportive, they're very caring, and they're very in control of their emotions. They're someone who can kind of bring Gemini back down to earth when Gemini's kind of all over the place. If that's not resonating for you, or you're not looking for love, I feel like the King of Cups is just you trying to get in control of your emotions with all this chaotic energy that's happening right now. Next, you have the Chariot, and you have the Six of Pentacles. Now, the Chariot's all about the victory that you are trying to head towards. The Chariot's all about following your intuition as well. And this is also about going with the mysteries of the universe. You're kind of letting go and just letting it be, leaving things behind and just going to see what happens. There's no reins on those sphinxes. You don't know if it's going to pull that way. You don't know if it's going to pull this way. You are the Gemini twins. So you're like, well, I don't know if the sphinx is going to take me this way. I don't know if it's going to take me that way. But then again, I don't really know if this twin's going to show up today or that twin's going to show up today. So I'm kind of used to this. So you're just going to kind of let it flow. And with the Six of Pentacles, the Six of Pentacles is also about that energy of balance. So, in a way, you might not really know what's going to happen, but I feel like you are more trusting in a way as the week goes on, especially with that full moon coming in. I feel like you're more trusting in a way to let things kind of go with the flow, and that equal give and take energy. With that Child card, it says young, innocent youth, playful, beginner playfulness. It's with the Anchor card, work, profession, settling down, durability, stability, long lasting. So you might not know, this could be a love situation, this could be a work situation, this could be something that you are putting a lot of time and effort, a project, a family situation, whatever this is for you. You're not really sure how it's going to go. You're just going to kind of pretty much throw yourself into it. And I feel like you're like, well, whether I think it's almost like you're embracing, well, I've screwed things up before. I'm kind of used to it. If I screw it up again, if I succeed at it, that's a plus. And I feel like you're almost just kind of letting things roll with it, and you're just kind of accepting how things turn out. With the Seven of Cups, you have the Nine of Wands. And like I said again, the Nine of Wands, he's just keeps pushing up. He's walking up this hill, but these logs are just keep coming down at him, and he just keeps walking up this hill, and I feel like that's such a typical Gemini thing to do. You just keep powering up this hill, and it's like, hey, watch out for that. Oh, yeah, I see it. It's very a multitasking, persevering type of energy for a Gemini to do. And while this is all going on, this chaotic pushing through the day, pushing through life, it's like, hey, Gemini, what are you going to do? And there's all these choices, and it's like, I have no idea. You're like, well, you got to make a decision. And you're like, and there's all these choices, and the indecisive Gemini energy is like, I don't really know. And they're like, well, just pick one. And you're like, okay, I'll pick that one. And then you think you've chosen the right one, and then you end up thinking, oh, I chose the wrong one. But at the same time, Gemini, all these choices in these cups, it's really doesn't really matter because all these choices are meant for you, and nothing is really ever a wasted choice. They're all supposed to be there for your growth and for your story and your chapters and your path and who you meet and who you and all the little bits and pieces. So there's nothing that is wasted. So if you think you've made a bad choice in your life, it was never for nothing. It was always for something. So even if it might seem like sometimes you feel like you messed up or you kind of laugh about it, you're like, yeah, I mean, it's not really a big deal because they're all there for a reason. All those stories, all those decisions, the good, whether you might think they're bad. Don't ever think a decision was really bad because they're all meant to be part of your path, part of your story, part of the Gemini story. With the Justice card and the Nine of Swords, you have the Two of Swords and you have the Queen of Pentacles. And the Queen of Pentacles is all about someone who she can be really resourceful when she wants to be. And I think that's something that you are really, really good at. You are really good at thinking on your feet in a lot of ways, but also I think you're really good at getting yourself out of tight situations. Whenever there's a problem, Gemini, I feel like it's almost like as fast as this problem came, you got yourself out of it. And it's almost like when somebody says, hey, what happened to whatever happened to this, it's like, oh, what? And as fast as that problem came in, it's like as fast as it came out, and you're already on to the next thing. You're already on to the next challenge, and that's kind of what's happening. And that's almost like why you're always in this imbalance because it's like you got yourself out of one thing, but then you already have overthinked and overthought, and got yourself into something else. But with the Queen of Pentacles, you I feel like you are trying to nurture yourself in a different way where you're becoming more resourceful and trying to get back into balance. You're trying to get back into balance in a lot of different ways. And I think you want to nurture yourself. The Queen of Pentacles also knows what she wants and knows how to get it. And I think in a lot of ways you do know what you want and you do know how to get it. But sometimes it's just a little bit short term because we just move so fast onto the things that we want. Like that Rider card says, it says speed, and Geminis we're just speedy. With the Star card and the Two of Cups, you have the King of Cups again. So definitely it could be a water sign coming in for you. Definitely a Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio. You have the Empress card on the bottom. And she has like this picnic that she has set up for her. So some of you, if this is a love situation, even if you're happily attached, this could be a good week for love for you. Or so maybe even if something is a little bit in the chaotic energy, you could have a King of Cups type person really trying to help you work through that. Just trying to make things smoother for you, helping you keep the faith, helping you keep the hope, keeping your dreams alive with that Star card. And if this isn't love, like I said, the King of Cups is that emotion. It's that control over your emotions. It's someone who is it's the King of Cups energy. It's all about just like this whale. It's deep in that water. It's a huge whale, and even though the whale is a huge creature, it's so graceful and moves through the ocean, glides through the ocean so gracefully. And just like when people go whale watching, people love to watch whales because they're so majestic. With the High Priestess and the Nine of Wands, you have the Knight of Swords on the bottom, Gemini energy, and you have the Page of Wands. And the Page of Wands is all about that young, beginning, passionate energy that you are getting excited about. With the High Priestess, I feel like you could be receiving some spiritual downloads, possibly in your dreams, but I feel like mostly this could be when you're out and about. I feel like you're really paying attention to things around you and you're paying attention to like synchronicities. You're paying attention to any slips of the words. You're just really looking at different things multiple things that seem the same. Like if you see the same object keep appearing, like I just picked this up 3 times today, or that type of thing. Or you keep hearing the same song. It's like something in that's telling you something. With the Three of Pentacles and the King of Cups, you have the Death card. This definitely could be a Scorpio for some of you. With the Death card, you have the Ten of Swords on the bottom. With the Ten of Swords on the bottom, though, I feel like this could be a transformation as well with the Ten of Swords. So something could be ending for you. But I feel like this definitely could be a water sign that you're dealing with. Take it how it resonates. Definitely could be a Scorpio. But with that Ten of Swords, I feel like it's the ending of something that just is not serving you anymore. I think it's the end of a cycle. This says cycle, innocent youth, beginner. I feel like it's the end of the cycle, and this says beginner. So I feel like it's the end of something, and it's the beginning of something else. I don't get any negative energy on these cards. I feel like it's mostly, this reading is more about acceptance of decisions you've made, and not even bad decision. I feel like it's just you accepting energy that comes into you. And if life's not perfect right now, I feel like you're just accepting the chaos and the confusion, and you're realizing that it's only temporary. Things are only temporary. You have the Six of Wands on the bottom with the Chariot and the Six of Pentacles. You have the Seven of Wands. And the Seven of Wands is all about really understanding that you are standing your ground typically in a situation. But with this card, it's really like this person is going into this foliage. There's these candles there. They're not taking any of them in. They're leaving the candles there, and they're just going into that deep dark foliage, not really knowing what to expect. Just like what I was saying about the Chariot. You don't know what to expect. You're just letting things ride. You're embracing the unknown, and that's exactly what you're doing. And I think that's what this reading is saying. You know that there's chaos right now. You know that this is maybe a dark time for you, but you know this is temporary, because just like a roller coaster, or just like these scales, things can be up and down, but you know that they are going to get back into balance. And lastly, with the Seven of Cups, Nine of Wands, you have the Two of Wands here. You have Judgment on the bottom. And with the Two of Wands, I feel like you keep pushing forward. You're persevering with that. The Seven of Cups, it's like you have all these choices, but you're going to narrow them down and put these plans into action, and then you're just going to make a choice. The thing about the Judgment card on the bottom, I feel like with this, it's funny because the Nine of Swords there, it's like you can't get sleep at night. You're kind of sitting up in your bed, but then this, like, you have these sheep here, and it's almost like you're going to make this decision and finally be able to count sheep in a positive way. You're going to be able to get a more restful sleep. You have profession, durability, stability, long lasting, settling down. And I think that's you're in it's like you're embracing exactly what it is. You're embracing the chaos, and you know that it's just going to be a just like Gemini, we don't really we kind of go from thing to thing, but it's just how we are. And I don't really mean that in I mean that in a positive way because that's how our personality is. So just like how we are very, I want to say we are, I guess, a little bit fickle in a way, but it's just a part of who we are. Just like how those things are these cycles of this up and down chaos, it's going to re- move out of our life quickly, just as soon as it came in. But with the anchor, this is all about this long lasting stability, durability, profession, work. And with the child card, maybe some of you, this could be about having a child as well. Maybe some of you want to settle down and get ready to have a child. Maybe it's with this water sign, this Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer. Maybe it's with that. It just take out whatever resonates for you. I know it's not going to resonate for all of you, but that's what I'm getting. So I'm going to leave it there for you. Thank you so much. I'm sorry this reading was so long today. Some of them all have been a little bit long, I know. But anyway, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much for viewing me today, Gemini. I hope you enjoyed your reading. Until then, I definitely oh, I can't even talk. Please like, share, and subscribe. And until then, I hope you enjoy your week. And I hope to see you at the next read. Thanks. Bye.